Let's see what's at stake in Ukraine. It's not about whether we can militarily defeat Russia or not. It has never been, I mean, we have to defend Ukraine. There are, by the way, lots of Georgian officers that came together with me or on their own to fight for Ukraine. Some of them have died for Ukraine. That really shows that it's an international cause.
Yeah, and on that subject, let's pause for a sec, because you say it's an international cause, and that's why me and my Georgian friends are there. The allegation in Moscow is that many of the staff in your office in Odessa today are being paid for by the US government. Is that true?
No, but let me...
hang on, is it true?
No, it's not true. But
so who is funding all of the staff that you've brought with you?
US government has expressed very strong support for our anti-corruption search.
Are they providing funds?
They are providing funds for the programs that we are running, but these are not government officials. These are people from which, these are programs from which we take...
It's a very fine distinction. There's a lot of US money behind you,
I'll tell you, we are doing now, for instance, the service center where we'll have the fastest services in the region, issuing IDs, property transactions, all these things for which Ukrainians are used to pay bribes. We'll provide it for free of bribes and, of course, in very speedy manner. And this thing is funded by the whole preparatory process by the US. US will probably fund the enaction of a new Ukrainian customs that will be very different from what we had. Of course, these are experts.
So
these are specialists on whom we rely.
New customs
who are
funded
not our
by the
officials,
Americans.
but we will work with them.
And you also made a big point of telling the world, hang on, about the California police who are coming to train your police.
Actually, today we had a first march of new police, exactly tailored after the Georgian model.
Precisely what Moscow is talking about. But behind all of the power in Ukraine is a United States agenda, and you have come to personify and symbolize that.
If you are talking about, first of all, if you are talking about foreigners, maybe Georgians are the biggest force behind it, and it's not even official Georgia. It's basically people from my government, first of all. Second, it's Ukrainians themselves doing that stuff. And President Poroshenko, when he invites foreigners to do it, and I still think he is the best hope for reform in Ukraine, and he has this radical approach. And he's trying all kinds of different approaches. He's bringing people from successful countries. Now, what Putin might be irritated at is not the fact that I'll stir up war, because I went to this region to avoid war, actually. If this region stays as it is, poor, corrupt, worse roads in Europe, people desperate and destitute, of course it will be much more easy to stir up trouble, to flare up the inter-ethnic violence, etc., at which Russians are very good. However, if we manage to curb corruption, and which I think we will, if we have new police, if we have new prosecutors, if people are no longer, abused by the government and are forced to pay bribes, if there is better infrastructure and roads, then of course Putin is going to lose. And Putin is getting nervous precisely for that.
You want to portray
I was put there because of that, not because I had to imitate Putin.